The men's soccer team traveled down to Louisville, Kentucky last week, looking to stretch their all-time record to 15-0 versus the Cardinals. But in the words of former Hoosier football coach and ESPN analyst Lee Corso, not so fast. Despite a goal by IU's Eric Alexander in the 3rd minute of the game, Louisville scored 2 unanswered goals and won 2-1 in overtime. The Cardinals' Aaron Clapton found the back of the net for the game winner just 2.5 minutes into the extra period, sending the Hoosiers home with a loss. And Sunday was a much better day for the Hoosiers as they upset number 6 Northwestern 1-0 on the road. IU improved to 8-4-1 on the year and 3-0 in the Big Ten with the victory, while the Wildcats fell to 9-2-1 overall and 2-2 in the conference. The game's lone goal was scored in the 26th minute by redshirt freshman Daniel Kelly, courtesy of junior Billy Weaver, who centered the ball into the box to set up the play. IU will look to avenge last year's 5-4 loss to Notre Dame when they travel to face the 3rd-ranked Irish on Wednesday.
The IU women's volleyball team is back in action this weekend after a 6-day layoff, returning home after a defeat a weekend ago at Wisconsin. They would look to return their winning ways with 2 games last weekend against Michigan State and Northwestern.
They have to make a commitment, renew that commitment, and understand that when you decide to play in this program that we do not play like that.
This was the feeling across the IU volleyball team, as on Friday night they were given the chance to show that they were a team to be reckoned with. But at the end of the evening, the team could not pull out the victory against the Michigan State Spartans, losing 3-0.
As a team, we didn't come out and execute the things we wanted to do, but tomorrow night we have another big match, and hopefully we'll come out and put it together for a win.
We've been playing so well lately, and to come out was really disappointing because we just never got on track tonight. We never got the crowd into it. We never got a momentum shift until really the end of the first game. We had a little momentum on our side, and I thought they would take that into the second game, but it just wasn't our night, and Michigan State played really well.
Even though the team lost, they were happy to play in front of the Hoosier Hysteria crowd and said it was an opportunity which was greatly appreciated.
It was awesome. The crowd was amazing tonight, and I just wish we could have given them a better show.
It was definitely something our team's not used to. There's so many people, and that's not something we see in the gym all the time, but hopefully tomorrow night it'll be like that again, and we'll get used to playing in front of a big crowd because it's really exciting and it helps us play better that way.
So again, the Hoosiers go down 3-0 to the Michigan State Spartans. The Hoosiers will now go to play the Northwestern Wildcats at University Gym. With the Hoosiers from Assembly Hall, Shawn Johnson, Hoosier Sports Night.
The IU women's volleyball team defeated Northwestern Saturday night 3-1. Coach Dunbar, who was not pleased with Friday night's match against Michigan State, said she was very pleased about this game.
I would say that's what we've been seeing throughout the season. Technically, I don't think we were very good tonight, but the fact that we fought and we were really competitive and they stuck together is exactly what we're looking for. I think there's teams out there that are going to be better than us, but as long as we fight and we're competitive, the wins and losses don't matter to me as much as the fight.
Well, it was rough in game 3, but then we came back in game 4 and we fought back when it was 13-8, I believe, and it shows a lot for a program to come back and win in game 4 and not go to game 5.
We performed really well. We turned it around from last night. Everyone stepped it up and just wanted to go out there and pretty much kick Northwestern's butt, which we did. And we're hoping to continue this through a Big Ten play.
Again, the Hoosiers won 3-1. They go on to play in-state rival Purdue at home on Wednesday before going to Michigan on Friday. From University Gym, Nicole Hamilton, Hoosier Sports Night.
Before we go, let's recap some other events going on last week. The men and women's swimming and diving seasons kicked off as both teams took on Missouri. The men came away with a 141-102 win, while the women were defeated 150-93, and I have no idea what those numbers actually mean. The men's and women's cross-country teams competed at the pre-nationals in Terre Haute. Out of 38 schools, the men placed 18th, while the Lady Hoosiers placed 34th. The men's tennis team saw some success at the University of Louisville Invitational as Peter Antons and Santiago Gruder captured the doubles title for the Hoosiers. And finally, the IU field hockey team nearly pulled off a huge upset as they forced overtime against number 5 Michigan on the road, but ultimately came up short with a 1-0 loss. And the women's soccer team was in action again on Sunday as they defeated the Michigan Wolverines 1-0 in overtime. And finally, let's take a look at this week's upcoming sporting events here in Bloomington. The women's volleyball team will be back in action against Big Ten foe Purdue on Wednesday at 8, while the football team will celebrate homecoming against Penn State with a noon kickoff time on Saturday.
Also on Saturday, the women's field hockey team will take on Michigan State with a 4 p.m. start time. The women's soccer team will play Oakland at Yeagley Field Sunday with a noon start. And the men's soccer team will play Big Ten opponent Ohio State at 3 p.m.
So, Shawn, 5 more chances for that elusive 6th win, something that has stayed far away from the Hoosiers football team. What are your thoughts this weekend against Penn State?
This weekend, Penn State just beat Wisconsin. We might struggle this weekend, but I think Detroit, we're going to Detroit, Motor City Bowl.
Well, we'll see where it is. Wherever it is, you can be sure to follow it right here on Hoosier Sports Night. With Shawn Mikus, I'm Ronan O'Shea. Have a good night.